Hey, welcome to a part named Kickback. Our last episode of the year. Old time. We do own all the music. We own all the rights to all the music. Just so you know. Happy Sunday.
No doubt.
Whole time, whole time. Whole time, whole time, whole time. If y'all ain't know, I'm one of the greatest rappers to ever come out of DC. If you ain't know, if you ain't know, if you ain't know, if you ain't know. Stay fly, get drunk, stay high. What the fuck?
These niggas on 11 today.
What the fuck? You gon' be like, baby. Stay fly, get drunk, stay high. What the fuck? Oh, we gonna celebrate me a little bit tonight, JB. Just a little bit.
As they get here.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Every Monday. Bait.
Mommy is brown skin, fat ass and skinny waist. She got some pretty titties to go with a pretty face. She smoking the back
So we
in
got
the
a lot
back.
to talk about tonight. I'm listening to me talk. Go ahead, JB. Let them know we got
Alright, so during this little brief montage of songs from Lou the Mayor, let me let you know that this is our finale show of the season. So we're going to be breaking down a lot of things that have happened over the year. Also staying current. We are the Black CNN. So we are going to break down what has happened this week, but we're going to put it in the context of this tumultuous year, this incredible season.
Don't talk over the punchline.
Love me or hate me,
I'm an asshole, baby.
You could love me or hate me, I'm an asshole, baby.
You can love me or hate me, I'm an asshole, baby.
And I promise you one thing,
I will never change.
love me or hate me,
Part
I'm an
named Kickback,
asshole, baby.
130
episode.
episodes. Last episode of 2020. Hopefully we all survive 2020.
I will never change.
When I look in the mirror, I see the man I rap about. I live it, then I spit it. I don't write it, then act it out.
Sorry, JB, we about to get this thing started. We got a couple tracks. I gotta actually let them hear. We gotta let them hear you sing about something, JB. We gotta let them hear. We gotta let y'all hear some JB vocals tonight.
You know what them red cups represent. Come on, you intelligent. Time to get hella
Yeah,
big.
you're
And I
not the only artist sitting here.
Hey, I'm not the only artist on this couch. Part named Kickback, No Breaks New, JB Frank. Now this comes out on Monday.
Hey, this that good.
This is a song
Wake up in the
called
morning and clean the
Saturday.
house
Oh,
music.
you play
Say
this
no. My mother used to play Patty LaBelle. But now you can play
JB,
New the
speak to
Man.
him.
Let's go. Yeah.
I love Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday.
That's me singing up the JB vocals.
I love Saturdays.
That's Michael Jackson in the background.
That's the best week of the day. Best week of the day. You know I'm drunk. That's the best day of the week. Saturday, man. First and Saturday morning. I wake up drunk and yawning. Hungry and horny. Cussing out whoever did the boring.
I'm gonna have fun. Don't act like you too good to enjoy my music, nigga. We turning up. Last episode of the year. Get you a Survive 2020 t-shirt.
She got that splash, man. I'm cooking for her.
Get you a Saturday t-shirt.
Low canvas syrup, baby. You wanna come before I cook, you better hurry up, baby.
1 year anniversary of our Patreon. Sign up right now for exclusive content. JB, I'm gonna throw this out there. This is our last episode of the year, unless you got Patreon.
Hey.
We got something extra for y'all.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Listen to Ride right now, JB. I don't need your headphones. Just Ride play. Shorty wanna ride tonight. That's JB.
If you come with me, just kick back, let me be the one to put your mind at
This is a track JB produced,
Man, you know I be checking
made the
my
beat,
game,
singing the hook,
blocking my
played the
grip,
percussion
talking
live.
shit,
I'm so
swallowing
cold.
spit.
Oh,
Man, we're gonna get
Since I
into
was
this
ain't no
podcast,
two
goddammit.
centipedes,
I know
so
everybody
I
ain't
got
show up
two
here
feet.
just to
Hey, JB,
hear
I'ma
music
do this
from
whole
us,
song with my
but
pinky
that's how
finger
we
in
start the
hand,
year,
Checking my game, clocking my grip,
or ending the year, I should say.
talking shit, swallowing spit, cause I'm cold.
Jerusalem,
Yes, I'm cold.
Antarctica. Let's go.
Check that gate, try to deal with it.
Deal with it, baby.
You're losing grip, your words don't mean shit, cause I'm cold. Yes, I'm cold.
I'm in this one.
Hey, thank you for tuning in. All that music is when it's not available on the Apple. Or it's not available on anything, but it will be available in 2021, and that's what we're working on. And I want to welcome you guys and give you a customary shout out because you've deserved it, or you've earned it, especially after what you did in November. So this is for you, kickbackers.
no doubt.
Kick back, guys. JB, what's the name of the podcast?
Nigga, it's a pod named Kickback. A pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You
say the whole thing. Welcome to a pod named Kickback, also known as the Black CNN. That was my rapper shit. You see, I'm getting back to my shit. Also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution
Will be televised.
I'm No Brace New, the Righteous Ratchet, a.k.a. New the Mayor. If you throw it out, catch it. If you got it out, match it. Every Monday, we right back at it. I am the Black Savage.
What up, y'all? It's JB Frank. I'm that gangster geek coming at you every goddamn week. Dropping it every Monday.
I was being funky.
Gave you a little syncopation, huh? A little dropping the bongo beat and shit. Anyway, man, always representing NWA, Nerds with Attitude. Happy Shmonday. Welcome back to the Kickback. It is our last show of the season, our finale show. We got a lot to get into.
Last show of 2020, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
Hey, we're going to talk about that, but let's jump right into it. There's only one letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state's name.
Kickback fact.
Yeah, kickback fact of the week. I would do it, but Jeremy from Germany already ruined it. He guessed it. JB was like, A. No, JB. It's not A.
I guessed the letter F. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was off, and then
Okay,
Jeremy
well, I'll
hit
put you on the
it.
spot. What letter has F in it?
What state has F in it? F in it?
I got one right now. All right, San Francisco, you think of another.
That's not a state, new. That's a
Shit.
city.
That's fucked up. Florida has an F.
I think that's the only one that has an F in it. Yeah.
What about H? And don't say Hawaii. But is it another H? Or is that the only one? See. Ah! Hey, good job, Jeremy. She's smart. Okay, how about T? No, shit, that's too easy. Yeah, Texas. Let's try to stump her. We're going to play Stump Nicole. B. Ha ha. Yes,
There
it is.
isn't one that starts with a B, but there. Yeah. No.
Well, yeah. It has to have the letter. Nebraska has a B.
Alabama.
It has two B's. All right, let's do
Alabama actually has one B in it.
It could have.
It could have.
If it was Barbados, it would have two.
It could have. Anyway, the letter
Let's
was
do-
Q. The letter Q,
Yeah, the letter Q.
is not in any state.
Let's do one more.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know, you want to guess it? You want to name it?
Yeah, I'll name
Give
it.
us
I'll
a
name-
gangster geek tough one that we can't think of.
Okay, I'll give you a tough one. The letter
Wyoming.
That's too easy. The letter W is way too easy. The
X.
letter
X.
yes.
The letter X. Damn. Well, you
New
got
Mexico.
it. And New Mexico. All right.
The letter G.
Georgia, nigga.
Oh shit.
Well, kick back live from Georgia. We here.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, shit.
All right, well, let's move on because we got to get a little serious here as we deal with my baby.
Yeah.
My left stroke just went viral. Our viral story of the week was the versus battle that didn't happen. As most of you know, I've been taking care of Ashanti, Bae, my boo. She has contracted it, but I am immune because of the letter G. And so I've been able to take care of her. She's fine. She's in good spirits, but she just couldn't do versus last night. We're very, very sorry for that. But all right, I'm gonna stop. But real nigga shit.
Prayers
so many of y'all, prayers
of
and positivity for Ashanti for sure. Y'all know how I feel about her.
Yeah.
But the irony in it was people was tagging me, commenting, tagging me under posts, tagging me on different groups as the Ashanti guy. And most of those posts were like, "Are you okay? Are you all right? Do you have it too? What's going on?" And I was like, I like the fact that my Ashanti love has transcended so many different platforms that people are actually, when something happens to her, I'm the first person they think of. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but I know it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
Yeah, I mean, your love story with Ashanti is one of the subplots of the show. Fictitious as it is.
Wait. Did she sing me happy birthday? Did she shout me out in her video? Did these things happen, JB? How fictitious could it be? Yeah, and I may have been with her this weekend during her COVID battle. I wasn't with you. I could have been with her.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Answer the councilman. Remember to treat the witness as a hostile witness.
And like the Supreme Court, I'm just going to deny the validity of this case.
All right, Trump.
Petition denied. No, that's not Trump. That was our Supreme Court. It was Trump doing your shit. Like,
Wait a minute,
oh
wait
yeah,
a minute.
the phantasmal shit that I just made up is true, and I want you to say it.
I'm Trump now?
That you
Damn.
When you start fantasizing and shit.
Hold on. She did. She texted me yesterday. She was like, "New what?" She did.
She texted you yesterday.
Yeah, before the battle.
Let me
she was
see
like,
it.
Baby, my phone that one.
right.
My phone off.
Right. That's exactly.
For daylight savings time.
And that's exactly
This
what
is
happened.
fake news.
And that's what exactly what happened to the G. Anyway, we'll get into it in a second, but they are fucking falling apart. It is hilarious. But let's keep it moving.
They falling apart, but us as black people getting stronger because we get powers, JB, on the 21st. Now, we talked about this shit before with the planets alignment, and everybody now was like, "Oh, the planets align." I'm like, we did a whole episode on this shit like 3 weeks ago, you motherfucker. Are you paying attention? But black people get powers on the 21st, JB. I don't want to ask you what power you want. I don't want to ask you, do you think we're getting powers? I want to ask you, what power do you think you're getting if the universe chooses? If this just happens randomly, what power do you think the universe is randomly going to give you?
That's a really difficult question.
I know. I worked on it.
And so you put me on the spot. Oh yeah, I did 2 hours of work.
Oh,
You
I
got
don't
20.
have my answer. I just thought of a difficult question for you.
This is a good one. If the universe were to choose my superpower, and again, I have to go with stream of consciousness here because I have to think this through. So I think the universe would basically augment the skills that I already have that innately help the universe. So innately help others or make me more productive or make the universe better. I think that's where the universe would position my powers if they had.
That's
to
similar
choose.
to where I was at. I dig it.
Yeah, so I think that the universe would actually give me super speed probably more than anything else because super speed, I'm already pretty smart, so I already fucking know what to do. I don't think I need super intelligence. Um, well, and so yeah, you can think faster, you can do more. I think that's what the universe would want of me. So I think that's the power that I would get.
You totally changed my answer with your answer. I had a staged answer. Well, not necessarily staged, but I had an idea. And my idea was it would improve on my natural innate ability to communicate and to influence. So I would think Professor X, like mind control or being able to dig in deep into minds. But I think that is kind of what I'm good at already. So it made me think that I don't know what happened. Something weird happened, but my innate ability, my abilities, I don't think would necessarily increase those, but I think it would give me a better understanding of other people's issues, what other people go through.
So you would get greater like empathy, like psychic powers or some shit.
I think it would make me rogue, where I could absorb your powers, so I could really have them.
Okay.
Powers and weaknesses, it would give me the rogue, so that I would have to see shit from other people's perspective. Like when I look at my weaknesses, you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, if it gave me a strength based on my weaknesses, then it will put me in a position where I have to feel how everybody else feels, so that I can come off the attack and be in other people's shoes.
Well, I gotta say, dude, your answer is a little different than mine because mine didn't necessarily play into my weaknesses so that it made me better overall. It actually augmented my ability to do the things that I can already do. But what you have
that
done,
was the case, then it would make me Professor X, because I can influence people greatly, but I can't mind control people. So if in your category, the way you explained it, it will maybe make me Professor X. The way I understood it, it will make me Rogue.
well, yeah, and I was just kind of. I mean, we getting really into this, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it because it's
I know
interesting.
Gangsta Geek. I know you're good with
It's
it.
interesting as fuck. But yeah, you you talked about how absorbing other people's powers would basically be able to sort of deal with your own sort of weaknesses because basically, you know, you would be able to take in what other people are dealing out against you, but it would make you stronger, and that is what you would need to become more complete as a person, which I think is interesting because you're looking at it in terms of what the universe. I think that's less what the universe would give you and more what you would want, actually, thinking about it, because in terms of because I looked at it in terms of like the universe doesn't really give a fuck about me because I'm gonna be real with you. I would not want super speed because with the ability to do more comes greater responsibility to do more. I ain't just gotta save one motherfucker. Now I gotta save 12 motherfuckers just because I can do it. I don't want that
I look
shit.
at that differently because I figured the universe would want to exemplify my skill before I change my answer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it will push me to where I was already strongest at.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I would want. What I
Right.
would want is something
Okay,
different.
so you and I actually
What I would
agree.
want would be more of my second answer.
You mean the rogue answer or the Professor X answer? Which one would you want?
I would probably. That's interesting. Yeah, I probably would
That's
want
why I brought it up.
Rogue.
That's why.
But you know what's weird though? I look at those as two strengths.
Well, we're talking about mutant powers, and so there's that.
Because on a very basic level, I know I can influence anybody damn near on Earth, but I can't control minds. So I might want to control minds. Influencing somebody isn't the same thing as controlling a mind. And I have empathy for people. I don't necessarily need as a power to be more empathetic. You know what I'm saying? Being more empathetic is something that I would personally want, but that's not I don't consider that a power. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess you can use empathy to your advantage, but that's not how I view it. When I say I want more to be more empathetic, it's not to my end. It's to the betterment of the people I interact with. So, as a human, what do I want to be contributed to society is one thing. As what I want to get my shit across is something different, and that's where I think we're getting a little, mixed up at.
Well, and yeah, I'm not. I mean, basically, well, first of all, when I said what I said about, what Rogue versus Professor X for you, that wasn't really a disagreement. It was kind of an assessment of how you place those. I know you. I mean,
I think Rogue makes me a better human. Professor X makes me, you know, evil almost.
Well, and so yeah, but at the same time, if you're looking at what the universe chooses, the universe. I mean, once they, it's
Which is why I pick Rogue. I
well,
think the universe wants me to be better, the best version of myself.
well. So does the universe want you to be the best version of yourself, or the most productive version of yourself? And that, and that, and
I went into it best version and not most productive.
yeah, and I went into it most productive because giving a nigga like me super speed, I'm never gonna be broke again. I'm telling you, if there are a bunch of mysterious robberies that happen after December 21st, if Fort Knox gets hit, it was me. But I'm gonna be too fast. You're not gonna be able to catch me. But I'm not gonna be. I'm not going to be good all the time because I'm not good all the time right
So
now.
you think the universe wants you to be faster to steal?
Well, because when I am good, I am productive. I get shit done. I do shit. So making me faster will allow me to get more shit.
This is getting way too
done.
gangster geeky for me. This is just like it was like you try to get deep, and I'm like, oh, you lost me. Like,
It's all good.
This is too much.
It's all good.
So we're gonna move on because I'm like.
Okay, so you understand what I'm saying?
It's not a matter of understanding. It's a matter of like, this is too deep for this conversation. Like this ain't that.
I couldn't agree more. It's totally time to move on. Totally time to move on.
So yeah, I'm saying like,
yeah,
you understand.
No.
Be clear. No. Nobody doesn't understand.
Okay.
Well, shit. That was a lot. You know what? I can't end it right now. Jeremy, what you think you would get? I gotta know.
Well, I already thought this through, and I thought it many, many times, just due to my own comic and my geekiness. Down to the four bases onto the universe that surrounds myself, that closer to my own understanding will either be healing, speed, teleportation, and strength. I believe strength to be highly number one option, just because of the compliments and observations that people tell me when they see me when I work and stuff, and that's based on to other people, not just how I see myself. I would see strength to be like the last option for me, but apparently, based on to other people's words and compliments that they tell from me, other people will say that's a sign of a universe.
Okay.
Yeah. And and this is the last comment I'm going to make on this subject. I am actually not surprised at all by either of your answers. I totally expected you to choose mind control. I was very surprised by Rogue, but I expected mind control from you, and I expected super strength from you. Like
I
totally.
did not expect mind control for myself.
Interesting.
Whenever I think of powers, I never, for myself, pick because I think that's already my strength. Right.
I was saying strength for me because other people say that I'm apparently strong, but apparently to myself, I don't think so. But you thought so.
That nigga
Okay.
strong as shit.
Well,
Yeah, good.
but
Again,
how I look at it,
we both thought mine shit for you.
right,
Yeah.
right, because I look at that as a strength. So I didn't think I would get a increased strength from the universe. I thought I would get some weird other shit. But yes, you're right. I'm not disagreeing. You guys are right. But I looked at it differently.
That shit wasn't even on the list, nigga. That wasn't a topic on the
Hey, so we gotta do what we gotta do, JB.
hey, finale episode, man.
gotta
We
do what we
geek,
gotta
we geeked the fuck out. So thank you for that. Thank you
Hey.
for that moment. That was
We had to have a
great.
Howard versus Harvard moment.
That was great. That was great. We both in the White House too, nigga.
Both in the White House.
Goddamn right.
So,
Goddamn right.
what sticks out to you about 2020, man? As we're moving into the show, and this is our last episode of the year, what has stuck with you over this year?
Honestly, seeing the perseverance of the people who are closest to me, that has struck me the most. Seeing people deal with literally walking through hell, like walking through the apocalypse, like, and what has struck me the most about 2020 is some motherfuckers going into 2020 who, I thought I was going to walk through 2020 with. I'm not walking with them because they aren't moving through the apocalypse with me. That's what struck me about 2020. Just that whole, like, knowing who, like, watching people survive this shit. And watching your people live through this shit. And watching them move the way you moving and knowing that they're doing everything they can to get through this. That's what gives me hope. And so that's what I've been struck most by in 2020.
Yeah, and me, it's been, the tragedies, the whole Rona and shit. I was stuck in the house and scared and wouldn't go outside, and PTSD, like, or current stress disorder, whatever the fuck. But I also had the opportunity to spend time around a Trump supporter, an old 70-plus-year-old white man, racist Rick, y'all know who he is, and to see how they think. I was like, wow, this is, like, y'all are stupid. Like, y'all are crazy. This is weird. Like, I saw how real it was, how much people believed in that bullshit. And I also have been eaten alive by the prospect of starting my own business and getting away from corporate America in whatever form. And that has been eating at me like a girl giving you head and using her teeth. It's just like, what the fuck? I can't stop thinking about it. It doesn't stop bothering me. It's a constant irritant.
You
I gotta
love
say
it.
something.
You gotta love it. That's real. I mean, that's still a very real answer. So I guess what you're saying is a lot of what you've taken from this is a lot of kind of motivation and reaction,
Yeah.
And I mean that's an excellent way to look at it because that's the way we kind of all have to move right now. I mean, real niggas don't complain about reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, and also to add on to that is the appreciation, gratitude. Oh, they don't have it. Okay, good. Oh, they didn't get it. Okay, good. Okay, they're still alive. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, they're in the hospital, but then I did. Okay, good. Like, I've had to go through the appreciation of the little things. I have dinner. I have, a job where I
Yeah.
get money. I have whatever I have. It's just like, whoo, thank you.
Yeah, a lot of
You
us
know what I'm
out here
saying?
don't right now. I mean,
Right.
that's
And I'm
real.
not in the most favorable position, so kickbackers, don't let me paint that like I'm balling, I'm be at the beach next week. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I'm thankful for where I'm at, and I know it could be a lot worse. And I've seen other people I care about in positions that are more favorable than bad, but still not necessarily ideal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's real. That's a very real perspective, New. Again, I mean, nothing more to say.
Hell of a year.
Yeah, yeah. Goddamn right.
All right, JB, what we gonna do about these Proud Boys in DC? My first instinct is like, fuck these niggas. We need to go out there and fight. We need to kill these niggas, like grab our guns, protect our families. Like, what we gonna do? And then I saw them this weekend in DC beating up white men, beating up other white men, white women beating up other white women. And I was like, is this our fight? Should we play the background if they're gonna fight each other? But the Proud Boys were outnumbering the John Browns, I'll call them, the good white people, by a significant margin, 30-2. And I'm like, we can't let them get their asses kicked every day. So we might have to jump in this shit. And it's just a lot. Like, where are you with all of this?
Yeah, this shit is horrible, number one. And it's ironic how many times in our political environment, our people are being accused of things that the accusators are actually guilty of.
Right.
So during the George Floyd protests that continue to this day, we are continually called terrorists or violent protesters when there are very few videos of us out there beating up people, beating up counter protesters. What you continually encounter are these white groups, these Proud Boys out here doing like actively violent actions in public. And I think what needs to happen is
That's crazy, but there's also no police doing anything about that or about these motherfuckers racing around the
yeah,
development
and
in their
that's
cars.
and that's what I was going to say. You know, there needs to be an official response. Now, you ask me what I want, right, or what I think should happen, and so I think there should.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We don't have to ignore that because I'm
Yeah.
sure they heard that. Somebody is speeding in circles in our complex.
Somebody's outside doing donuts. Somebody's outside doing donuts.
I gotta see this shit. I just stood up if you're not watching the video, cause this shit is crazy. Like our complex is not big enough for donuts in this.
Yeah, that
motherfucker.
shit is so dangerous.
I think it was some Proud Boys. They coming to get us, JB. What they don't know is we gonna fuck their ass up. That's
Yeah,
what they
and
don't know.
so you know, I urge all of our protesters, I urge all of our people, first of all, to be prepared to defend yourself. Always be prepared to defend yourself. But also there needs to be an official response to this type of violence and terrorism. And I think with the new administration, we will start to see some of that. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later.
But I agree with you, JB.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Get your guns. Get your gun license. Get your carry license. We say this for years, and we always say it. And it's kind of really time now. Black people, our people, people of color. When I say black people, I really mean everybody not white. Just so you know.
And one more thing actually just occurred to me with this Proud Boy shit, and I brought it up when we were kind of prepping for the show. Let me get it out real quick. So we saw this kind of violent bullshit in D.C. shortly after the election. We talked about some YouTube videos that were out there with some white men trying to fuck up black women in the streets of D.C. Like, they first went after black people in D.C., but that didn't go very well for them. They got
No.
they got knocked the fuck out.
The fuck out.
So that's
Rest
why
in peace, Tiny Lister. But them racist crackers you got knocked the fuck out, man.
Yeah, and so I just wanted to point that out, and I wanted to make that clear. Like, it is okay for you to defend them. These are pussies. These are punk-ass bullies. If you stand up to them, they will back the fuck off. That's why
I want to jump
30
in.
and deep.
Some of these crackers is military trained. That ain't totally true, but you should still stand up to them. Like, some of these motherfuckers are military trained. They ain't all I guess they be pussy, but these ain't all suckers. You ain't just gonna stand up to them and they back down.
Well, that's
some
why
of these
we need
motherfuckers are rumbling.
Well, that's why we need the official response too, because they're rolling 30 deep, like you said. There needs to be
It's more. It's 30, 50 deep.
There needs to be both.
But they will all fight, at least behind the others. So I don't want what you said. Nah, they're not running. You stand up to them, they ain't gonna run. You stand up to them, they're gonna fight, but they can't. A lot of them can't fight. And I want you to be totally clear, kickbackers. This
Okay,
ain't don't jump up and randomly try to fight one of these motherfuckers, and you can't fight and get your fucking ass kicked.
Well, that's a
You know what I'm
fair
saying?
distinction. I'm glad you said that. I'm saying that you can whoop one of their ass if they step to you.
If you can fight.
If you can fight, you
If
can
you
whoop.
can't fight, you can't whoop one of the asses.
If
I want to end that narrative. Like, fuck that dumb shit. Just because you black, you can't whoop the white person ass.
No,
they will fuck
no.
you up.
No.
So fuck what JB said. No, don't listen to that. You should fight. You should be willing to take an ass whooping, and maybe you'll win. But don't jump out there thinking you just because you black, you gonna whoop somebody who been training for 10 years ass. They will fuck you up. Be clear.
If I intimated that,
No,
that
no,
was,
you said it. You ain't
I don't-
intimated, nigga.
I don't think I ever said fight a trained person, but if that's how that was taken,
Nah, what you
then
said was fight them. You don't know what they are. Is my point.
I'm saying fight a man who steps to you if you.
And you
if
say, but you guarantee victory is my issue. Yeah, fight them. I agree with JB, but don't believe you gonna beat their ass just because you black. Is my point.
Okay, that's
Because some of them motherfuckers are trained and don't walk into the shit blindly. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Do not walk into this shit just like, dee. I'm black, I'll beat their ass. They will fuck you up.
Yeah,
You better go into that with some training.
Yeah, well,
Or some awareness.
I didn't know we needed to develop this that well, but again, I said protect your. Like I started with protect yourself. That's specific.
I'm going about what you ended with.
Okay, and so if we're gonna finish that thought, then what I mean is don't go out.
I finished it.
Okay, then we're done. Okay,
Yeah, I'm like, you gonna repeat what I said?
No.
I just gave clarity to it. You just like, if they trying to fight you, fuck them up. And I'm like,
Pretty much, he was a clean product bottle, and then you pretty much just add the warning label to it. That was it.
Thank you. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You can do this shit, but then
Yeah.
Be careful. Be careful.
Yeah.
And I'm told. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. Totally okay with that. No issue. Yeah, yeah.
And here's another thing, JB, I know you don't have an issue with, because we talked about it after disc golf, and you actually reminded me of it and went into some detail on it. And that was our new Secretary of Defense for the United States of America, Joe Biden's cabinet. Not only is African American male, but I'm gonna hand it over to you. It's African American male, and tell me how you felt about it and why you felt how you felt about it.
Yeah, let me break that down. First of all, I want to make sure that I get his name. So point that out to me real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Bear with me.
I think I may have jumped ahead. It's Lloyd Austin.
Yeah. Okay. So, General Lloyd Austin, 4-star general in the military. He has been retired for 4 years. He has been named Joe Biden's Secretary of Defense, which means that he is the second in command of all armed forces under the President of the United States. Let me say that again, kickbackers.
Yeah, say that. It's worth it.
A black man is the second in command under the President of the United States for all armed forces. So, going back to this Proud Boy shit, the National Guard may not be stepping up on the Proud Boy side in January, is what I'm saying. Because that's the message that Joe Biden is sending to America by appointing a black general, a black man, as the Secretary of Defense. Like, this defense shit, like this killing nigga shit, like, nah. We got, the United States has the big guns, nigga. Like,
And he actually said this killing nigga shit is over. But he said it was over. I'm not a big Biden fan. I don't think he's the great white hope.
I never
think
said
he's
that.
I'm not talking about. Exactly, Jeremy. I like his decision. Do I think he's less racist than Trump? I don't know. I personally think they're probably at the same level, but he just knows what needs to be done. Like Lincoln, he knows what needs to be done. Yeah, he knows what to do to save the Union.
Yeah.
And I think Biden is looking at this as like, I can go down in history as Lincoln. Like, I never looked at his ambition when I thought about elections before.
Really?
I looked at
the
him
man
being the
ran
best
for president
opportunity
3 times.
Well, I thought it was opportunity.
Interesting.
Well,
Okay.
twice. Opportunity rather than his personal legacy, because he had no real legacy. So I didn't think he was fighting for his legacy. But now I look at it like he can go down in history as a president that united America. That's on the table. Like, not that I beat Trump, but I'm the one that
Saved the fucking union.
racism as a whole.
Like, on some FDR shit.
I ended sexism. Gay people and black people and Chinese people and every Spanish people and white people all came together, transgenders, everybody, under me. I can be that president. And I'm like, hey, Broadway Joe, I see you. I think you got a bigger play here. Because when we was at your house, Jeremy, and he announced, African Americans, you always had my back. And when I get in office, I'm going to have your back. That was very significant because he already won our vote and said, I got your vote. But this is my message to you after I have it. It isn't we're going to be all inclusive with everybody. It isn't we're going to do something for the whole country. It was, I'm going to have your back. I'm here because of you. Right. And I was like, I hear him. Does he mean it? Now look at his cabinet. The diversity in his cabinet.
Yeah.
His communications team is all women.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing
and like a bunch of black women.
Yeah.
He picked a black woman for his vice president and a black man for his secretary. So nigga, if Joe Biden dies, it's a black man and a black woman running the running the White House, basically, in terms of the executive branch. Now, it's serious. Like, he's not playing in that regard. I understand what you're saying in terms of
that is
Joe,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like Joe Biden, whatever, but like these are power moves. And it's gonna mean something different come January. Like,
we gotta win the Senate, Georgia. Georgia, we gotta win the Senate.
Goddamn right.
If you don't know who to vote for, we're voting for Warnock and Ossoff. Those are the Democratic nominees, candidates within the Senate. We need that so we can have control of the Senate And if we have control of the House, if you didn't know. We get control of the White House and the Senate, then at least for the next 2 years, we can push what we need through to benefit all people of color and all people of all genders, regardless of your sexuality. That's what we need. Georgia.
Be clear, Georgia, the Republican senators who are also incumbents, meaning they are already in office, both of them are being investigated for insider trading because both of them, as sitting senators, got news about COVID long before anyone else did, including the stock market, and they were both a part of the great stock dump controversy that I'm sure you guys are aware of when the economy nearly collapsed when news of COVID first came out. A whole bunch of rich people dumped all of their stock in U.S. assets. Both of these motherfuckers were a huge part of that. They can't explain it.
We just need to get them out of office.
I'm saying specifically why they're horrible.
I'm saying specifically vote Warnock and Ossoff. We ain't got to have this conversation. We're not going to have it. Vote Warnock, Ossoff, get them crackers the fuck out.
Yeah.
Period. Moving on. 2 black men have been executed over the last week or so. This is under Trump's watch. There were, a lot of protests going on to save one of the black men who committed a crime when he was just a teenager. And with all the leniency and all the forgiveness that's been given, throughout this country over the last 4 years, it was very ironic that there was no attention paid to this. And I want to say rest in peace to those black men and keep your eyes on that. Any perspective you want to add to that, JB?
Just the only perspective that the Attorney General William Barr of the Trump administration said that they were going to actively start executing death row criminals again in 2019. And now this is something that the Obama administration had pretty much put a stop to. Basically, they would stay executions or commute sentences to life because they realized that a disproportionate of the men who are on death row are minority men, in particular black men. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to release the fourth horseman. Like I'm not going to complete the genocidal process. That's what Obama said. Trump started that. So more than 10 black men have been executed, in the prison system since 2019. And these 2 were the 9th and 10th. So God rest their souls. And, again, this is another one of those things that will end.
Yeah. And just one more time, fuck the Proud Boys. Get y'all guns up. But be careful about it, because Lil Wayne was just arrested for having his guns up, amongst other things. And it looks like he could do up to 10 years.
Yeah.
We know he sold his music publishing for $100 million. I assume that's to set up his family in case he has to do the 14-year bid.
He pled guilty, news. So I think it's pretty much a wrap. I think he also pled guilty in confidence to try and get a lighter sentence, more leniency in the eyes of the court.
I wonder if it goes sooner and Trump, commutes his sentence because he came out as a Trump supporter before the election.
He might fuck around and get a pardon, actually.
Yeah. So maybe he did it for that. Maybe that's why he did it. It's still fuck nigga shit, but maybe that's why he did it. Right. Everybody get a pardon.
He
fuck him, JB. Fuck him. We moving on. We're not about to go back down that shit. We'll see what happens to Lil Wayne. Our Don't Be Dumb award is the government pulling, trying to roll up on the Not Fucking Around coalition and arresting the head, the leader. And it was just weird to me that they described him as a rapper and a producer and a DJ and a this and a that.
Trying to link a terrorist to hip hop in the eyes of the public. Number one, he
Yeah.
is not a terrorist. And is he a hip hop cat? No.
Nobody, we don't know him as that. Nobody knows him as that.
Okay, yeah. So this was just weird. Like the
about
article was weird. The article was weird.
And the juice.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah, the way
'cause
they
why are
kinda-
they doing that?
Yeah, they kind of, it was they were like some, known hip hop person and terrorist, blah 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 was and it's like,
Right.
he's an
This bad
activist and
shit.
he got arrested. Like that
You know
happens
the
to
song is Junior
activists.
High, bitches.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird how they try to frame those things. I don't like it, but I understand it, JB. And it is corny.
Yeah, I
With
mean,
everything that they're letting the Proud Boys do, for them to have this kind of a stance, it's just corny. And it's just, we see it.
It's
Like, we get it.
blackwashing. It's blackwashing.
Boom.
And it is what it is. It's fucked up, but we're gonna walk into this shit with our eyes wide open. That's all.
Yeah, and we need, y'all can keep doing y'all fuck shit as long as we got companies still doing the right thing. And Ben & Jerry's is one of those companies, JB. Segway. I Nipsey Hussle Awards. Number one goes to Ben & Jerry
Yeah.
for their Colin Kaepernick flavored ice cream. It's like called Swirl Justice or some shit.
Yeah. It's got a really sort of political image on the front.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's Kaepernick
Colin
with his
his
afro.
fro. Yeah. And so
It's the orange, change the world non-dairy frozen dessert. And so it's not ice cream, it's the vegan version, which is cool too, I guess, man. I ain't mad, I like what y'all doing, and it showcases Colin Kaepernick, which makes it a little bit cooler.
grind and shine, man.
So Ben & Jerry's, I like these two old white men standing up for us.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. And Brandon Scott, the new mayor of Baltimore, showed up with a fresh tip table afro joke. And I was like, I want to see that. I want to see that.
Yeah. The hope is that having a mayor who better represents the real Baltimore community can provide some healing and some help. I expect him to work closely with the Biden administration, given his proximity as a mayor. I want to see good things come out of Baltimore, with him.
Baltimore's been dying.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I'd love for him to be, the next FDR of Baltimore, really
And he
turn
can
the
be
city.
with a timber tip.
Yeah, man.
I'm with it.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Our Netflix and chill segment, before we get out of here, The Canvas. It is a cartoon on Netflix. It's only 9 minutes long. It is what I would call a very touching love story. The only clue I would give you is there's no dialogue. So this is artsy. This is artsy fartsy for Jeremy and JB. This is up their alley.
Okay. I haven't seen that one. I'm gonna have to check that
It
out.
just dropped today.
Okay.
And it's dope. No dialogue. African American cartoon. Like this is it's 9 minutes.
I'm definitely
everybody
checking
I know
that
should
out.
watch this. If you haven't watched this by next weekend, you just hate black people. That's where I'm at. Like fuck it. Like exactly. I watched it in my bed. Like I wasn't even fully woke. Let me throw it on, and I enjoyed it. I don't want to talk about it because I want y'all, y'all to see it.
Well, we'll check it out, and maybe we'll post a review or something. You got me hyped though. I'm definitely checking it out. Like during post production after the show. Canvas.
It's 9 minutes and it's great.
Exactly.
Something else that I'm looking forward to, JB, is American Skin. Nat, I forget his name. The guy that played Nat Turner, but it's his new movie. Nate Robinson.
Yes.
And he got Spike Lee, the executive producer. So what happened? Yeah, not the one that got, no, not the basketball player. No, not him. And he got Spike Lee to produce it. And it's a story called American Skin. And the story is there's a father who has his son unjustly killed by the police. No charges were filed. He started not fucking around coalition, and they took over a state department with maybe the police department. And the thinking was they're going to, kill a bunch of racist white people in retaliation for what happened. Yeah, they are the justice system, and it appears they have all the power, and we just have to see how it plays out. I will tell y'all this: I want them to kill him. I don't want this to be another movie where we forgive at the very end. Black people forgive the white people and say, you know what, we're better than this. We're not. I don't want to be better than this. I don't want to be better than this. Let's have a movie, a moment where we fuck their ass up for what they did. And then you forgive us for what we just did. As we have to forgive you every fucking day. I want a moment where you got to forgive us. I don't know how the movie's going to be. It comes out on Martin Luther King's birthday, which leads me to believe they're going to forgive the white person at the end, and somebody's going to jump in front of the bullet to keep him from getting killed. I would be very happy and surprised if that didn't happen. Where the blacks that have power are about to kill the white people, and a black person doesn't jump in the way of the bullet. I would be very happy with that. But I don't know what's going to happen. But the movie is provocative. It gets the people going. It gets the people.
Provocative. The word is provocative.
Right.
The way they set it up, I hope that they take it all the way there. I don't think they're going to take it as far as you want it to go. But I think
But
that
Jamie, as far as it can go is either they kill the motherfucker that shot the kid or they don't.
well,
It's no middle ground to
no,
it, right?
well, there is, because there's the ground where he kills him and somehow he gets away, and then there's the place where he kills him and then ultimately he pays for it.
That's just what I said. There's only two things. There's no middle ground is what I said.
Well, I'm saying that the second one is actually a little bit of middle ground because it invokes a level of justice rather than forgiveness. Because what you asked for, I said the first one was he kills him and he gets away with
So
it.
then there's three different ones.
So there's the
You said there
killing.
were only two.
Yeah.
No, so it's three. It's either he kills him and is punished for it, or he kills him and gets away. What's
Yeah. So that's two, and you said three.
the way you said it was three.
So what
I'm
the
saying there
third
are only
one-
two.
Okay, so hang on. What third one did I mention? Because
The way that he killed them and was guilty, but was I guess quote unquote forgiven, because there's only the niggas are in charge. So he either killed him maliciously and they killed him, or they let him go, or they deem you killed him, but you were right in that killing. That's the only room for a space. It's either what I said, they kill him or they let him go, and then you said, but no, either they kill him or let him go. And I'm like, that's what the fuck I said. So could you mean that they kill him or let him go because they think he's innocent?
yeah.
Or other than that, you just repeated what I said.
Well,
after.
no, I was talking about kind of like how they would, and again, I'm not trying to double talk, but I was where I started was it's either there's justice at the end or he is forgiven at the end. So
Well, that's where you threw me off. Or he's innocent. It's either they punish him for what he did, they don't think he really did it, or they forgive him for what he did.
yeah,
By what you're
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, and so I was looking at kind of like where the movie would make the moral judgment on the character rather than what would actually happen. So
I'm looking at
what,
ways
what-
to forgive the cracker.
Yeah, okay. then.
And I see, there are two ways of that.
Oh,
he,
yeah,
he
I'm
didn't
not-
really do it. He did it and it was justified, or he was on some racist devil shit.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. And so I was actually I sincerely hope, and I honestly don't see a situation where the white person actually lives. So I actually wasn't talking about
I
whether.
see
Okay,
50%
that's
of
fair.
what I see is where he lives.
Okay, yeah, that's okay, that's fair. And
Still
so
Hollywood.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I really don't want that, so I kind of
I don't either.
I
But I
was
was
like,
forced to go there because
fair enough, fair enough.
we never
I
had the
really didn't.
opposite.
I really didn't want to. I was focusing on the black man and what happened after the black man
I've
killed
been
the white man.
disappointed too many times. know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's fair. That's fair. I was.
Right.
You knew where I was. Yeah, yeah. I was out. Yeah.
Gee, I already said what I need to fucking say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. We gotta watch that. It's called the American Sin by the guy that made the Nat Turner movie and Spike Lee, executive producing.
Skin.
American Skin color. Oh no,
He said
skin.
Yeah, he said sin.
I
but
meant to
it's
say skin. Big Mouth. I've been watching that. I'm not done yet, but we watched the episode tonight together, and I just like Big Mouth, man. I like women who have big mouth, and especially if it's juicy and they got nice full lips. But I also like the show.
Well,
but I like the show too, y'all.
Well, they touch on a lot of interesting shit. This, of course, yeah. Anyway, so you gotta watch it carefully. The episode we watched tonight, it's called Code Switching. So that's
Code
all I'm gonna say.
switching.
That's all I'm
Code
gonna say
switching.
about that. It's something that is very, 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 very real, though. So
We're gonna
check
talk
that
about
out.
the whole season next week. We give
No
y'all
doubt.
one more week to figure it. Well, actually, no. In the new year, this is our last episode of 2020. We'll see you fuckers in 2021.
No doubt.
With the new shirts, with the new the very first episode I'm wearing my I Survived 2020 shirt.
No doubt.
I'm just paranoid to wear it before then. I will not wear it before. So next episode I'll wear it. Right. It be like, oh shit. So Sanctuary is another good show. I haven't watched it, but JB's talked about it. And Your Honor is apparently on Showtime. Another very good show, guys. Check that out. Book club. We're all reading our own thing right now. I'll just tell you, I'm rereading the autobiography of Malcolm X on Audible, as read by Larry Fishburne. The nigga played Furious Styles and Boys in the Hood, and a couple of, he played prominent characters in other movies. Very skilled actor. But he's playing Malcolm X in the book, and it's a great read. I'm like 70% through it. I read it as a child, in high school. Malcolm X is probably the single most influential person in my life. Malcolm X, Tupac, Joyce. I don't know. You got to figure it out. But Malcolm is definitely up there. And I'm enjoying that book. Hearing them talk about all the things that I've studied and reminding me of it and reminding me the importance of it. It's kind of like, oh, shit. So I'm loving that.
Talking about Malcolm X
yeah.
autobiography.
Read by Larry Fishburne on
Yes.
Audible.
It's a great book. It's a
I
great
am
fucking book.
this close. I think I bought it today to getting whatever's after Stormfront. I'm going to continue the Dresden Files, man. I love that first book.
Yeah, I actually caught myself going back and listening to Stormfront a little bit again because, both of us enjoyed it so much. And I'm actually probably going to go through the series again because I love the series so much.
It'll be both of us because I don't know if I got it or if I didn't get it. Let me look.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what comes after Storm.
I didn't-
Full
I didn't-
Moon, I think, is after Storm.
Yeah, it's Full Moon. I didn't buy it yet because I keep stopping myself. But that is probably I still have my Audible token, so that's probably going to be my next book.
Yeah,
just because of how I felt about Stormfront.
yeah, it's a great series, and it gets even
These
deeper.
nerdy superhero Marvel murder mystery books, but JB done got me hooked on this shit.
Yeah, yeah, it's supernatural, like for real.
Right. And I was reading, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna finish. He's like, yes, it's 19 books. I was like, shit, oh the well, no, I'm gonna finish it. It's gonna happen. It might not be today, but I'm
Wrote
literally
you in,
gonna
like
finish
Game
it.
of Thrones.
Yeah,
It's
this-
like,
this is- this
it's
is
like, "Oh,
fire.
This white people.
This is
shit.
fire."
This white
Right,
people
right.
shit. This white people shit.
It's your
Well,
right,
yeah,
right,
okay.
right.
Yeah,
This shit fire.
yeah. Getting into it late is good too, cause then you don't get mad when the shit ends like I do. Like I'm on book 19, niggas. So I've
well,
read
yeah,
book
yeah.
19 like 4 times, like waiting on book 20, like
Yeah, I'm on book
come
one.
on, like,
I got a ways, right? And me, I got a year left. You know, I got 18 more books. Right. He waiting for
got
me.
a whole lot of we got a whole lot of shit to talk about when he get through the rest of them.
but it balances my little pro-black militant books. You know, you can't have only this.
I
You got
mean,
to
and
kinda
so
balance.
with that, I'm also still reading the See the God book that you mentioned
Boom.
before. Yeah, man. Like this whole book club thing it's been a part of the journey. You know, like. I mean, we be on our bullshit sometimes. Like, we don't catch up on the books when we supposed to and shit. But I said that from break when we started this year. I was like, this shit has got to be fluid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be something that, you know, fades in and out, you know, when we're ready for it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm,
I agree. Kickbackers get the damn books.
No doubt.
Our music playlist is only available on Apple right now, but with current updates. Mainly because that's where y'all listen to it at. Ain't no reason to update it on Tidal and Spotify and everywhere else if you're not even listening to it there. So on Apple, you can get our current playlist. We update it every Friday. All the best Eargasm playlist, all the best rap, R&B. What's that category with the little Jamaican? The little new dance, whole reggae, you know, Afrobeat. That's what I'm talking about. It's a little bit of that in there as well. And it's been updated, so go get it. NBA sports. We have been getting critique from the fellas that we don't talk about sports. Well, god damn it. We're going to talk about sports this week.
Absolutely.
We're going to start with the NBA. The ESPN did their top 10 players. I think CBS Sports did their top 10. We're not going with NBA in ESPN because they had
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, number 2.
Number
And
2,
shut the
yeah.
fuck up. We don't even
That
acknowledge
that
it on
doesn't
this.
even make any sense. Like,
So at number 10, right,
well, let me
right.
tell this story real quick.
All right, go,
so
go.
so we were prepping for the show, and so basically what New told you was the inner monologue that happened before he developed the show. He sends me the show with the top 10, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good. And he was like, well, no, it didn't. They had Anthony Davis at number 2, and I was like, nigga, I was
Not
like,
this one.
not the one you sent me. He was like, oh.
Yeah, because in my mind, I just missed that list. I was so upset. But I thought at the last minute that was the one I sent.
Yeah.
But my anger towards that list would not let me send it to JB. So I went with another list.
I had to tell that story. Because if I saw a list where Anthony Davis is number 2,
Man,
I'd have
the
been like,
fuck?
what? Like,
But I
What
think
did
we
he
can still
do
have
to
fun
deserve-
with this top 10 list. And
yeah.
I'll tell you why. Some people are injured and coming back, but we know who is what.
Yeah.
And unless, you know,
I think that's
shit
what this list reflects
drastically
too.
changes.
Yeah, I think that's what this list reflects too.
At number 10, they got Nikola Jokic, the Joker. I wouldn't have put him top 10, but I'm not mad. I get it. And I think maybe I'm wrong, but I wouldn't have done it. I'm always going to go with Bradley Beal from the Wizards.
Yeah,
And that's just where I'm at.
or even maybe Russell Westbrook. Honestly,
Yeah, old Russ.
yeah.
He's
I
not
was
in the
thinking,
top 10 either.
yeah, and so I would have thought of either those two, but Jokic,
And
why
no
not?
Jimmy Butler. Exactly. Not top 10. Number 9, they got Damian Lillard. And I'm like, I guess. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I will argue with you on that one because I still think Jimmy Butler's better. I think Bradley Beal is better. But, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then now is where it gets more where I'm not looking down, I'm more looking up.
Mm-hmm.
And number 8, they have James Harden.
Yeah.
I can't argue for James Harden being any less.
Yeah.
He should be at least number 8.
Yeah, you might argue that he could have crept up a little higher on
Yeah.
the list, maybe in the sort of six-ish kind of range, But yeah, him being on the list is still, where it needs to be. And then as you start to creep upwards, it's a little more to think about.
Then you get to Kevin Durant, and I will keep him in my top 5, regardless of injury. But I know injury can make you do some shit. But he would be in my top 5, period. Maybe top 2, but definitely top 5.
Yeah.
And there's just above him, they have Luka at 6. I would have Luka still higher than 6. But when I watch what Luka did, it makes me want to put him above, and I'll read this list off. Put him above Anthony Davis at 5, and put him above Steph Curry at 4, who's one of my favorite players. Put him above Giannis and Antetokounmpo, because no matter what Giannis does in the regular season, he doesn't do it in the playoffs. So Giannis drops to like 6, 7, 8 to me. And maybe not above, maybe tied with Kawhi. So, but I dropped Kawhi as well. And of course, in this, LeBron is number 1, Kawhi is number 2, Giannis number 3, Steph number 4, Anthony Davis number 5, Luka number 6, Durant number 7, James Harden number 8, Damian Lillard number 9, Nikola Jokic number 10. So I have LeBron at 1. I think my 2 might be. I can't forget what Kawhi did in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so he just
2
drops
is
too
still-
far.
Yeah.
I would have number 2 Kevin Durant. I would have number 3 maybe Luka. Number 4 Steph Curry. Number 5 Anthony Davis. Number 6 Giannis. Number 7 shit. Did I say Kevin Durant? I think it was 2. And then James Harden, Dame Lillard, Nikola Jokic. And I think that's my team if I didn't mix it up. That's what I would have picked.
Yeah, I actually have fewer issues with the top 10 than you do. I would have. I mean, the main issue I have with the top 10 right now is I agree with you that KD should probably be higher on the list, and I also think that either Westbrook or Beal or Butler should be on the list
I agree.
somewhere.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So those are the only 2 real. I mean, those are the main issues that I had. So yeah.
Y'all gonna put respect on Bill's name. And Russ, who's a TV star, superstar, didn't get any votes. So y'all put some respect on his name too, God damn it. Ain't nobody playing with y'all motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
I don't know what that was, but
Well, let's talk about our teams. My Cowboys won today. We played like shit. We are pretty much out of it, but we won. And I was ripping and running, so I didn't even see them run. We talked about the Skins and how they've been beating up on motherfuckers, but I want to make sure that I want to take this final score to see if y'all pulled off this win, which I think you were more than capable of doing. I just don't know. I know my
Yeah,
Cowboys won 30-7.
yeah.
And let's see what the Washington football team did. They actually pulled off the win, 23-15.
Yeah.
with the way Chase Young is playing in that defense, and looking at the Giants and the Eagles, my faith is in the football team right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. The football team looks dangerous right now with that front four. They've got a monster front four, one of the best front fours in the league, and they've got a decent front seven because, Kerrigan drops back to the linebacker position. So their defense can cover up for a lot of deficiencies in their offense right now. But they've also got a very solid receiver core on offense. Honestly, what they are missing is stability at the quarterback position more than anything else. If they are able to stabilize the quarterback position, then I think a lot of good things can happen for them.
Yeah, and one team that has stayed with the quarterback position is another team out of our 3 teams that's won this. All 3 of our teams are victorious. My team had the biggest win, the most impressive win. We look better than y'all, but we're also the worst out of the 3. So, Jeremy, your Chiefs were in trouble in Miami that first quarter, and your man Patrick, my homeboy, came back and was like, we got this shit. And y'all wound up pulling out the victory against the Dolphins. How do you think you guys look?
Undefeated until the playoffs. Oh, we going all the way again.
Well, y'all got some losses, but you saying you're not going to lose again. Okay, you got one.
Yeah, losses.
But not losing again?
Nah.
It'll be losses before it's over.
Nah.
They're not winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we winning the Super Bowl. I don't know what you're trying to get at. We win the Super Bowl.
I don't know who's going to stop them, dude.
Yeah, you got to worry about special teams, defense, and offense. Most of the time, you don't got to worry about special teams. We scored a touchdown on special teams. Easily. You can't sleep.
Steelers still out there.
And who they lose to?
The Washington football team. That defense special. That defense is special. And we still got Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I like them a lot. Then in the NFC, we have the Bucks. The
Seahawks still playing well?
Oh yeah.
They're mediocre. I don't know how far they're gonna go.
They got an automatic win today. Also, they faced the Jets.
Who haven't won a game all year. But it's because I think the Skins y'all beat New Orleans. So I'm looking, but New Orleans doesn't have Drew Brees. When they get Drew Brees back, that's a different team.
Well, did
Green Bay?
They still New Orleans came back though, quite a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, the football team still won. So I still like New Orleans. You're right. I like Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers.
Of course, this guy got fucking Aaron Rodgers. He's just he was on the last 10th place, and he stood up.
Remember, he not James. He Gangsta Geeks. James boosted all the way up. Gangsta Geeks still.
James got lucky sometimes. This motherfucker used skill and coaching.
Okay.
He did some heavy ass GM work to the point that he might get Coach of the Year more than me.
Really?
I had Barkley and I had Dak out for the season.
I had Dak and somebody. Well, wait a minute. We couldn't have both had Dak in the podcast league.
No, in podcast league I have Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I had Dak.
In the Clay league I had Dak.
Oh, so he's talking about in the Clay league, what he did in the Clay league. Okay, yeah, you gotta flip it. Yeah, because I was like in the podcast league, I was like, I had Dak, like I had the losses, but no, because I'm still amazing in the podcast league. I fell off in every other league, so maybe I didn't have Dak in the podcast league. I might be mixing that up. Because the podcast league, the league I'm doing the best. Oh, I did have that. I did have that. Because I got Justin Herbert. Yeah, exactly, JB. JB laughed.
I was like,
We got who? And I had Ezekiel Elliott. We know how bad he's doing. And I had Amari Cooper. You know how bad he's doing. And I had our tight end. You know how bad he's doing. And I had our defense. But you know what's weird? Our podcast league is the league I did the best in, even with the Cowboy injuries. The other leagues are the leagues that I had a little trouble with. But we're going to see. Because I think in F League and the other league, I'm not making the playoffs. But in our league, I'm so good. I had a bye week, so we're going to see. Yeah. We're gonna see how that plays out. But this is our last episode of the season. JB, anything you want to say? How you feeling? What's going on in the world?
hey man, thank y'all for being with us. Thank y'all for joining us for gosh, what is it now? 50 some episodes this year.
52 weeks in a year. I think we still did like 51.
Yeah,
We're taking a break. We're not coming back to 2021. But nigga, we gave you guys bonus episodes.
yeah. So it's been a long year for all of us. We're all looking forward to 2021. Thank you for your support. We will see y'all bright and early Monday drive time, man. Rock out with us. Like and subscribe to the vibe. Rate 5 stars and shout out to our Patreon patrons, man. That's all I got, dude. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good shit.
Yeah, happy Habari Gandhi, Happy Kwanzaa, Feliz Navidad, 3 orgasms apiece. Like that's what we're going with. And I want to thank you guys. And have fun and be safe. Wear your mask. This ain't the time to start getting lackadaisical. We have had 3,000 deaths a day the last week or so.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
We're taking a break. You guys take a break. Be safe. And we will speak to you guys in 2021 because you would have done the right thing. And you would have been healthy.
And you will have survived 2021.
You would have
2020.
survived 2020. And you'd have bought your T-shirts, your long sleeve T-shirts, or your hoodies. Uno, we out. Happy New Year's and shit.